Good morning, dear students. A warm welcome to all of you for our today's digital session for the subject Science and Technology Section A. Before the Ganpati vacation, I had given you the reduction in syllabus for chapter number 6 to 10 in my theory video. So today I will first give you the reduction in syllabus for chapter number 1 to 5, and then we will start with a fresh chapter from section A, that is chapter number 3, chemical reactions and equations. So before that, I request all of you for the marking of reduced syllabus from chapter number 1 to 5, because 6 to 10 is already given to you through the video. So 1 to 5 is remaining, so that I will complete first. So be present with the textbooks in your hands. The topic which will be covered for chapter number 3 today will be writing a chemical equation. What do we mean by chemical equation, and what are the steps in writing the chemical equation that we are going to study under chapter number 3. So before that, let us mark the reduction. Chapter number 1, be quick in marking, so we will not waste more of our time. Chapter number 1, gravitation, page number 1. The yellow colored block which states use of ICT, that part is removed. Page number 1, all other activities are there, you have to study. On page number 1, yellow colored block, use of ICT, that is removed. Page number 2, the first green block, introduction to scientist of Sir Isaac Newton, that you have to remove. Below that, circular motion and centripetal force, that entire topic is removed out from the syllabus. So on page number 2, you have to study nothing. Entire page number 2 is to be omitted. Page number 3, there is no reduction. Page number 4, you have the again introduction of scientist, a green colored block about Johannes Kepler, that block you have to remove. Page number 4, green colored block you have to remove, and introduction to scientist. On page number 5, there is a bonus for you. The entire derivation of uniform circular motion or magnitude of centripetal force you have to remove, and below that you have a yellow colored block, use your brain power, that you have to remove. So on this page, only on the top you have a blue colored block, the center of the mass of an object, that part you have to study. The entire derivation, which was really a headache for you, that derivation is removed, and use your brain power activities also moved away. Page number 6, towards the end of the page, you have a pink colored block. Do you know, on page number 6, you have use your brain power, and below that you have a pink colored block, do you know, both the things you have to remove. Page number 6, the activities, all examples you have to study on that page. So use your brain power and do you know, that has to be removed. Page number 7, I have not mentioned on this slide. On the top, you have that pink colored 3 lines. Collect information about the high and low tides. That 3 lines you have to remove out. As such, we are not going to collect the information and all in such pandemic, but still as it is given, so I have to mention it. Page number 8, there is no reduction. Page number 9, the entire topic of mass and weight. The concept of mass and weight, and below that you have a green colored block. Colloquially, we use weight for both the mass and weight, that topic. Both this have to be removed. Page number 9, the concept of mass and weight. So nothing on this part, no distinguish between, no definitions, nothing will be asked. So concept of mass and weight, and below that, towards the end of the page, you have a green block. That block you have to remove. Page number 10 and 11, on both these pages, you have pink colored blocks. Do you know? Both the blocks you remove. Page number 10 and 11, towards the end of the page, you have pink colored block. Do you know? Both the blocks you have to remove. Page number 12 and 13, you have no reduction. Page number 14, you have a pink colored block. Do you know? The topic is weightlessness in space, that you have to remove. That block you have to remove. Any topic which is removed from the syllabus, the questions which are based on that topic, either it may be textual or additional, no questions will be asked on that particular topic. Chapter number 2, page number 16. Periodic classification of elements. Page number 16, right on the top you have can you recall, remove that activity. All the 4 questions. Below that you have the paragraph of classification of elements. That paragraph also you have to remove. And below that you have Dobereiner's triads. You have the table 2.1. 3 examples of triads. So first example, lithium, sodium and potassium you have to study. The second and the third example of Dobereiner's triad you have to remove it out. Be very careful over here. You have that example chart 2.1. 3 examples of triads they have given. So the first triad, lithium, sodium, potassium you have to study, and the other 2, that is calcium, strontium, barium and chlorine, bromine, iodine, that 2 you have to remove. Page number 17, right on the top you have the pink colored block, do you know, remove that block. Below that you have that blue colored block number 2.2, remove that block, that musical notes and the elements, that block you have to remove. Page number 18, you have towards the end, introduction to scientist about Dmitry Mendeleev, remove that block. Page number 19, you have use your brain power, yellow colored block, remove it. Page number 20, there is no reduction. So we move to page number 21, use your brain power, all the 4 questions you have to remove. So page number 21, remove use your brain power. Page number 22, you have an activity, can you tell, remove that activity. And towards the end of the page you have a pink colored block, do you know about uranium, that block you have to remove. Do not touch the yellow colored block, you have to study it. So on page number 22, can you tell, the 4 questions which are there, that activity. And towards the end you have do you know, pink colored block about uranium, that you have to remove. Page number 23, again you have the activity, can you tell, 3 questions are there, remove that activity, all the 3 questions. Page number 24, you have the activity, can you recall, 3 questions are there, remove that activity. What are the values of N for the shells, all that 3 questions you have to remove. Page number 25, there is no reduction. Page number 26, there is no reduction. Page number 27, towards the end of the page, you have the blue and the green colored block. The blue colored block, internet is my friend and collect the information and mail it, that blue colored block. The upper blue colored block is always, remember that 3 points you have to study, don't remove it. Towards the end of the page I said the blue colored block which states internet my friend and collect the information, that blue block. And below that you have the green colored block, read the following reference books, that both blocks you have to remove. Page number 28, on the top you have a pink colored block, do you know, remove that block. Page number 28, on the top you have do you know, remove that block. Chapter number 3, chemical reactions and equations, which we are going to start today. On the first page, that is page number 30, remove the activity, can you recall, and the paragraph below it, then the paragraph of chemical reaction, the table below that, that is table 3.1, everything you have to remove. So from can you recall activity up to that table 3.1 you have to remove everything. So try this activity is there, that you don't remove on that page. Page number 31, a small activity in the center, find out, that you have to remove it. Page number 31, there is a small activity in the center of the page, find out, that you have to remove. Page number 32, no reduction. Page number 33, be very careful. Page number 33, try this activity, you have to remove. Below that, do you know, that part you have to remove, about silver nitrate. Below that you have find out, that also you have to remove. So on page number 33, Only on the top you can see one equation number 6, and 6th point, special information or names, that along with equation number 7 and 8. Up to that you have to study. Below that everything is removed. Try this, all the procedure, do you know, diagram, everything. Page number 34, no reduction. Page number 35, the activity, use your brain power. All the 3 questions are removed. Page number 35, in the center of the page you have the activity, use your brain power, with 3 questions. All the 3 questions you have to remove. Page number 36 also you have the activity towards the end, use your brain power. Remove that activity. Again there 3 questions are there. Here be careful a little bit. Use your brain power activity on page number 36. Below the 3 questions you have dark black colored font. When 2 or more reactants combine, that is a definition of one of the reaction. So that you have to study, don't remove it. Below that you have one small try this activity. That activity you have to remove. Again equation 15, that is the decomposition of sugar. That equation you have to study. Don't remove it. Only on page number 36, use your brain power, 3 questions, and try this activity. Equation you have to study. The definition of combination reaction in the dark black colored font you have to study. Page number 37. Can you recall activities there in the center of the page? Remove that activity. Page number 37, as I have told you, can you recall activity you have to remove. Page number 38, there is no reduction. So all of you come to page number 39. Page number 39, on the top you have an activity, try this. Remove that entire activity along with the procedure. All the paragraphs of procedure you have to remove. Below that, use your brain power activity you have to remove. And also the activity of can you tell, all the 6 examples that you have to remove. So on page number 39, you only have to study the endothermic and exothermic reaction topic in the center of the page along with the equations. All the other activities, that is try this, use your brain power, and can you tell, that 6 examples which are there, classify them into groups, that you have to remove it out. Page number 40, there is no reduction. 41, the pink colored block you have to remove. Do you know? All the 9 points. Nothing you have to study from it. Page number 42, again the pink colored block. Do you know? And below the block you have an activity, use your brain power. 2 questions are there. Remove that activity. Page number 43, on the top you have an activity, can you tell? Remove it. And on the same page towards the end you have a pink colored block. Do you know? Remove it. Page number 43, on the top you have an activity, can you tell? 2 lines are there. Remove both the lines. And towards the end you have a pink colored block. Do you know? Remove that block. Last page of this chapter, page number 44. Towards the end you have an activity, find out. Remove that. How are the blackened silver utensils? That question. Now we come to page number 46. Page number 46, you can see towards the end of the textual exercise, one project is given in pink color. Remove that project. All of you come to chapter number 4, effects of electric current. On page number 47, everything you have to remove. Can you recall? The paragraph below, can you recall and observe and discuss. So up to diagram 4.1, effects of electric current, remove everything. So page number 47, can you recall? The paragraph below it and observe and discuss, everything you remove. Only from that topic, energy transfer in an electric circuit, we have to study. turn your page number 48. You have to remove a small activity. Think about it. Towards the end of the page you can see, think about it. Page number 49, two blocks you have to remove. One is the blue colored block, always remember, and one is the green colored block, find out. Page number 49, blue colored block, always remember, and green colored block, find out. Both the blocks you have to remove. Page number 50, do you know pink colored block is there on the top? Remove that block. About MCB, information about MCB. And on that page towards the bottom you have two solved examples, example number 1 and 2. Both the examples you remove. So page number 50, do you know pink colored block, and solved example number 1 and 2 you have to remove. Page number 51, there is no reduction. Page number 52, you have the yellow colored block on the top, introduction of scientist, remove that block. And towards the end you have a blue colored block, always remember, remove it. There is no reduction on page number 53. There is no reduction on page number 54. 55 also there is no reduction. 56 also there is no reduction. So all of you come to page number 57. Page number 57, the entire topic of galvanometer, both the paragraphs, the first and the second paragraph on page number 57, along with figure 4.14 and 4.15 you have to remove. 58, there is a small reduction towards the bottom of the page, introduction to scientist, the green colored block. 59, there is major reduction. The entire topic of alternating current AC and direct current DC is to be removed. So the first three paragraphs on that page, on page number 59 you have to remove, along with all that diagrams. That is 4.18, 4.19, nothing you have to study. Only the topic of electric generator, which starts towards the end of the page, that topic we have to study. Page number 60. The last paragraph of that page, what will be required to make a DC generator? Remove that topic, means indirectly the entire topic of DC generator you don't have to study. Now the last chapter, chapter number 5, heat. Page number 62, a small activity is there, try this with 7 points. Remove that activity. In this chapter very less amount of reduction is there. 63 there is no reduction. 64, 65 page number no reduction. 66 no reduction. All of you refer page number 67. The green colored block towards the end, introduction to scientist about Joule, that you have to remove. Page number 67, introduction to scientist. 68 there is no reduction. 69, a small green colored block above the solved example, ICT, green colored block, that you have to remove. And on page number 70, solved example number 3. There are total 3 solved examples. So out of 3, only the third example they have removed. I hope you have got the reduction in syllabus for all the 10 chapters through the theory video. Now, without wasting much of our time, we will begin with a new chapter, that is chapter number 3 from chemistry. Chemical reactions and equations. Chemical reactions and equations. Look at the name of this chapter. N number of chemical reactions, equations you study in chemistry. So in details you are going to study about it. What do we mean by a chemical reaction? What do you mean by an equation? The difference between both of them, that we are going to understand. Before we move towards the chemical reaction, two small concepts we have to understand. One is the physical change and the chemical change. What is a physical change? Change that takes place due to the change in parameters such as temperature, pressure, etc. But the composition of matter remains the same is a physical change, and an example is ice getting transformed into water on heating. Here, this change of ice into water is due to the change in temperature. You are heating ice. You are providing heat to the ice. So even though a reaction is taking place, but the change here is temporary. Here, once the ice is transformed into water, water can be retransformed into ice on cooling. So the composition of matter here remains the same. The change is temporary and hence it is called a physical change. Physical, outside there is a change from the solid state, that is ice, into the liquid state, that is water. On the other hand, when you speak about chemical change which is permanent and the composition of matter changes, is called a chemical change. Here you can see ripening of a fruit is a good example of chemical change, or milk turned into curds. Once the milk gets transformed into curds, the reaction which occurs is irreversible. Again, you cannot get the milk back from the curds, or again once the fruit is ripened, you cannot again get the raw fruit or the raw mango over here. So such a type of change is called a chemical change. So when we call a particular process or a phenomenon as a chemical change, some chemical reactions are taking place in the concerned matter. So how can you define this term chemical reaction? A chemical reaction is nothing but a process in which some substances, they undergo bond breaking and are transformed into new substances by the formation of new bonds. And that is known as a chemical reaction, which is a permanent change. Now when you speak about chemical reactions, now let us come towards chemistry. The different terms which are involved in a chemical reaction. The first term is reactants. Substances taking part in a chemical reaction are called as reactants. In your day-to-day life, I will take an example. If you are preparing cake, so the ingredients which you are taking at the initial stage, that is you can say maida, sugar, curds, all these are your reactants. They are going to take part in the formation of cake. So here substances taking part in the chemical reaction. Or the example which we have seen previously about ripening of the fruit, raw fruit is your reactant. When milk gets converted into curd, milk is the reactant. And substances formed as a result of the chemical reaction by the formation of new bonds, they are called as products. Cake is your product. Ripe fruit is the product. Curd is the product. So after the chemical reaction, whatever new substances are formed, they are known as products. We take up an example from chemistry. Example is formation of carbon dioxide gas, that is CO2 gas, by the combustion of coal in air is a chemical reaction. So in this chemical reaction, carbon dioxide will be the product, coal, and the oxygen from the air, that will be your reactants. So the coal reactant, oxygen from the air will be the reactant, and carbon dioxide formed will be the product. So this we have studied the different terms which are involved in a chemical reaction. Definitions can be asked, true and false can be asked on this part. Now we have seen the name of the chapter, chemical reactions and equations. What do you mean by an equation? So this in the word form, this statement you can see in the word form, carbon dioxide, coal. So this equation or the chemical reaction in a condensed form using chemical formulae. In chemistry, each and every element is given a particular symbol, and then combination of different symbols, they form different compounds. So making use of the chemical formulae and writing your chemical reaction in a condensed form is known as a chemical equation. So representation of a chemical reaction in a condensed form using chemical formulae is a chemical equation. So instead of writing COPPER SULPHAT copper sulfate plus ZiN, so instead of writing in the word form CuSO4 chemical formulae plus Zn gives ZnSO4 plus Cu. So this chemical reaction is written in a condensed form by using the chemical formulae, that is a chemical equation. Now, which are the different steps in writing a chemical equation? You cannot write a chemical equation randomly. Certain steps have to be followed. So, the first step is reactants have to be written on the left hand side, whereas products are on the right hand side. Here, slight mistake in writing the equation. NaOH plus HCl gives NaCl. C should be capital plus H2O. This is my equation. So, always you know reactants are going to react first and then they will give the product. So, reactants always first. So, left hand side reactants, products right hand side, and arrow heading towards the product. You can see this arrow with the head towards the products and the tail is towards the reactants is drawn in between the reactants and the products. The second point is a plus sign is shown between two or more reactants or two or more products. Now here you can see two reactants are there. So to separate both of them, a plus sign is shown. Here also two products, so a plus sign is shown. So if the reactants or products are two or more, they are linked with a plus sign in between them. The third step is to make the chemical equation more informative, the physical states of the reactants are indicated. Means suppose now you have to mention that milk is getting transformed into curd. Then the physical state of the milk is liquid. Curd is semi-solid or solid. So the person who is making the cake or getting involved in the activity, he does not know anything about what is the state of the milk and all. General day-to-day life examples I am taking. So he does not know in what state carbon dioxide will be, what state coal will be. So to make your equation more informative, you have to support your equation by mentioning the physical states of reactants and products. So for gaseous reactants or products, it is indicated by a small g inside the bracket. Solid by small s, liquid small l, and aqueous is AQ. Aqueous means when anything is dissolved in water. Now look in this equation. CuSO4 is in the aqueous state plus zinc. So copper sulfate reacts with zinc. Zinc is in the solid state, gives ZnSO4, that is again in the aqueous state, plus copper which is released in the solid state. Means looking at this reaction, I come to know means copper sulfate. Now copper sulfate, if I have to take, it should be in the aqueous form. So that powder I will take and dissolve in water. Zinc. Solid means I have to take zinc granules, zinc powder. So it makes my chemical equation more informative. Also, gaseous state, if you want to indicate, you can indicate by an arrow in the upward direction. Next is when heat is to be given from outside to bring about a reaction, it is indicated by a triangle written above the arrow that indicates the direction of the reaction. So when heat is to be supplied from outside, just now you have seen in the very first example, ice getting transformed into water. So you have to provide heat, you have to heat ice. So this heat, when it is provided from outside, you have to mention with the help of the triangle on the top of the arrow. So calcium carbonate, to decompose, it requires heat. So strongly it has to be heated, so it gets decomposed into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide gas. So that triangle indicates that heat is supplied from outside. Now for all the reactions to take place, they do not take place under normal conditions. So it is necessary to fulfill certain conditions like specific temperature, pressure, catalyst, etc. are indicated below or above the arrow. So whatever additional conditions you are supplying to bring out that reaction, they have to be mentioned below or above the arrow. So vegetable oil, it combines with hydrogen at a temperature of 60 degrees Celsius with the help of nickel catalyst. So this temperature and catalyst are the additional things which you are providing in the reaction that are mentioned above and below the arrow. And last is special information or names of the reactants or products are written below their formulae. So here the nitric acid, that is HNO3, is taken in the concentrated form. Here HNO3 is taken in the dilute form. So that information you are going to mention below the reaction. So these are the different steps which have to be involved in writing a chemical equation. You cannot write a chemical equation randomly. After that, our next topic is, what is a balanced chemical equation? When you can say that my chemical equation is balanced? If the number of atoms of the elements in the reactants is same as the number of atoms of those elements in the products, then such an equation is called a balanced equation. If you see this example over here, the number of the atoms of the reactants should match with the number of atoms of the products. Calcium, Ca is 1, here Ca is 1. C, carbon is 1, here it is 1. O is 3, so 1 plus 2, 3. So the number of atoms of the reactants and the number of atoms of the products, when it is same, then you can say that the chemical equation is a balanced equation. Now, how to balance this equation stepwise, that we are going to study in our next session. So in our next session, we are going to study the stepwise balancing of a chemical reaction and the different types of chemical reactions. So before attending the next session, kindly go through these topics so it will become easier for you to understand. Thank you, dear children.